Okay, so we all know the Muppets, right? And you know of the Muppet Show, the big variety show. It's time to play the music. You know the Muppets. I don't want to get sued. What if you took the Muppets, gave them a good, adult makeover? Well, then you get stuff like this. Meet the Feebles. Yeah, this is Peter Jackson's Meet the Feebles. This was made in 1989 in New Zealand, of course. Basically, it's the Muppets on meth. They're a collection of weird animals. Everybody's a puppet. Every character in this movie is a puppet. There's not one single human being in this movie, although there are a couple of actors in puppet suits. It's an all puppet extravaganza. And let me tell you, it's pretty nuts. First of all, you got the crime boss kind of walrus guy. He's the owner of the theater, I guess, and he's the producer of the Feebles Variety Hour, and he treats everybody like dirt. He kills people. He buys and sells drugs, and he cheats on his main girlfriend, the main star of the Feebles, Heidi the hippo. Both of these characters are played by men in puppet suits, whereas most of the other Feebles are little hand puppets, like your traditional Muppets. But man, the variety of these characters and just how depraved and weird they all are. Got a knife throwing guy. I think he's a frog. He's a smackhead. He needs his fix, but he gets the shakes when he's throwing his knives, and he ends up killing his assistant. Then you have the young opportunistic hedgehog guy, who's just a super big nerd, and he's always wanted to be in the Feebles production. And he's coming in, he's auditioning. This is his first day on the job or whatever. There's a paparazzi fly that flies around, and he's really disgusting, and he sits on the other character's feces. Basically, he's a trash journalist or whatever, and he's he works for the Inquirer or something like that, trying to get a scoop and all the story and all this. And turns out that one of the main stars, who is Harry the Rabbit, he ends up getting this some kind of STD, or he thinks he has the big one, I guess syphilis or something, and because he's a bunny, right? And about bunnies, and they even show him going to town with other rabbit puppets, and yeah, it's pretty weird. It's a little uncomfortable to see some of the puppet grossness, and like I said, there's sex in it, there's tons of drugs, there's, oh my god, there's gore, puppet gore. There's a big puppet massacre at the end. I don't want to spoil it, but a lot of puppets get taken out in that climax of the movie. You got a rat named, I think his name is Trevor. He's a dirtbag, and he's making porno films in that with this naked cow puppet lady and this aardvark guy. And this movie contains the first example, at least that I'm aware of nasal sex. That's right, yeah, and you get to see it in all its glory. You get to see puppet genitalia, you get to see puppets vomiting, puppets defecating, ejaculating. It's gross, and it's stupid and pointless, but it's entertaining as hell. And I don't know why Peter Jackson made this, but he did, and it exists. This is a thing that exists. X-rated Muppets, man. Yeah, there's puppet rape. There's a song about sodomy by the gay stage manager. He finally gets to do his big song, and he gets up on stage and he sings about sodomy. How awesome it is for him, I guess. It's bizarre, and this movie, it took a long time to actually get released in North America, I think. because it flopped at the box office in New Zealand, and people were like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't think we want to touch this. And a lot of it's pretty offensive, like, but it is what it is. And I wouldn't say I was offended. I was just like, whoa, that's pushing people's buttons, man. And I find that hilarious. At least in this situation, I did. It's just because it's just puppets fucking each other and doing lines of coke and murdering each other and like shitting and vomiting, and it's the weirdest thing. Like, I mean, it's obviously not made for kids, but what kind of twisted adults are watching this shit? Me, I guess. So I actually really liked Meet the Feebles. I knew it was going to be weird, and I knew it was going to be offensive and making fun of my beloved Muppets, but hey, it made me laugh. It was so bizarre and so stupid that I don't think I can give this any less than like an A-. A- is pretty high for a X-rated puppet movie, you think? But there it is. Like I said, I laughed my ass off. I was mildly disgusted. Yeah, I don't know, Meet the Feebles. Better than some Muppet movies I've seen. So I'm giving it an A-. So until the next movie review, which may or may not contain puppets in any form. I mean, I have a track record with a lot of like puppet movies. Well, anyway, until that time, stay safe, live your best life, and have a good one, everybody.